This podcast is proudly brought to you by Paul's Strength Book, an app for everyone. For less than $2 a day, you can have full access to weight training programs, nutrition, recipes, macro calculators, video library, and you can also track all of your metrics including weight, measurements, strength, and performance. Search for Paul's Strength Book in all good app stores now.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Paul's Body Engineering Podcast. Today I'm chatting to ICN Queensland President and Australian Vice President Jason Woodforth, and I wanted to chat to him specifically about some of the different questions I get in relation to preparing for a show. In particular, a little bit of confusion that may lie between divisions, what attire to wear, the difference in posing, stage presentation. All those sorts of things. So rather than going through all the individual divisions, we've gone over all the questions, the commonly asked questions that come up. So it's sort of an all-in-one podcast covering everything that you may need to know. We've also gone into the transformation divisions and identified, the key criteria, the stories, stage time, all those sorts of things. And we touched on a few other bits and pieces as well. So I can't thank Jason enough for his time leading into the show, which Townsville is next weekend, and then his show is 2 weeks after that. Very exciting. So without further ado, let's chat to Jason and learn all about bodybuilding.
All right, Mr. Jason Woodforth, ICN Queensland President. How are you, sir?
Sensational, mate. Yourself?
I'm very good. I was just speaking off air, but I'll ask the same question again. How is Season B looking and shaping up from all the posing workshops you've done and the level of interest and communication stuff? How's it coming about?
Yeah, looking good, mate. We're expecting somewhere between 250 and 350 athletes.
Unreal.
For the weekend, and you've got all the guys on the Saturday and Miss Figure, and then on the Sunday all the model divisions, just to try and even it out. We'd love to really have some guy divisions on the Sunday, but the model divisions are just so big.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I've often thought about that, like because you've got the crossovers too, right? You've got men doing fitness and physique, or bodybuilding and classic or whatever. So to have one on Saturday means they've got 10 up, a double up on Sunday. It does make it challenging, but I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And look, as much as some of the girls might see on the Sunday that they're novice division, sorry, I should go back, first timers, then it's rookie and novice, and say they're doing all three, just to keep in mind that because the divisions are normally so big, you've got first timers class 1, 2, 3, so to speak. Yep. So if you're in the class 1 and then you go into rookies and you're in class 1 as well, don't worry about the fact that you see that first timers and rookies back to back. You've got 2 more classes of first timers before you get into your rookie first timers class 1.
Yeah.
So it does end up meaning that very few people back up one division right after the next.
Yes. That's obviously the hard work you do when you lay it all out beforehand, isn't it? To try and avoid that potentially happening, just so people have time to breathe between divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's about a 10-hour to 12-hour nightmare of paperwork, just going back over it.
I can imagine. And then you have last-minute entries and
yeah. I remember one year I just couldn't make this thing work, and I just went, "Hang on a second, if I completely flip this," and all of a sudden it just went bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
Oh dear. Crazy times. I don't envy that job, mate. I've seen it firsthand, and I'd imagine there'd be a glass of wine at the ready when you're done.
Oh, mate, yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's like, well, a big show is about up to a 2,000 line spreadsheet.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not fun looking at all those lines over and over and over again.
Given that you're obviously doing that manually, have you gotten to show and then halfway through and you've gone, oh crap, that doesn't work, or some of those sort of things can happen just due to human error?
No.
You've got down to a fine art now.
Yeah, you've gone over that many times.
Yep.
It's not funny. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I thought I'd take this opportunity to chat to you leading into the season, because obviously Townsville next weekend and then your show after that, to go over a few different, I guess, points that come up often over the course of the seasons that might confuse individuals, particularly first timers. And I'd also like to go into the depths of the transformation division as
Yeah.
well. The previous podcast we didn't touch on that. We just went through all the mandatory divisions, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about that because it's obviously really popular and gives people an opportunity that may not necessarily want to do bodybuilding, but still showcase their hard work.
Correct.
So we'll touch on that in a sec, but just let's start off with some of the figure stuff. So would you mind going over the difference between figure and is it classic or international? What do we call it?
Oh, yeah. Classic figure.
Classic figure. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Throw a curly one at you straight away.
Yeah. So it used to be called Figure International, now called Figure Classic or Classic Figure.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, the classic is just one. It's in a bikini. It's in a two-piece.
Yep.
Not in a one-piece. That's a division that some federations have overseas.
Okay.
But we are just a two-piece.
Yep.
And the same two-piece that you're wearing in your Miss Figure.
Yep.
And it's essentially just the quarter turns, and it's based on symmetry. Symmetry is ultimate, and then conditioning. Okay. So, but it doesn't mean you've got to have the perfect symmetry with no condition. You still have a degree of conditioning, but the most condition may not necessarily win if the best symmetry is very close enough to conditioned enough.
Okay. Yep. So as per most of the divisions, it's best on the day that meet the criteria closest to. So it's purely the 4 quarter turns.
Yes.
And then figure obviously includes all the muscularities as well.
Yeah, and then with Miss Figure, you jump into the muscularity 5 poses as well.
Okay. And to your knowledge and through experience, the majority of figure athletes do both. Would that be a fair comment?
Yeah, literally 99% of the time, a classic figure girl will be doing figure.
Yep.
But it does happen that sometimes they do just classic. Those ones tend to be the girls that have done sports and fitness, are borderline wanting to go maybe into figure and go, you know what, I'll just do classic first.
Right.
And there actually will be at least 2 girls I know this time around that are in sports and fitness that are going to put their hand into classic as well, mainly because their symmetry is really spot on.
Yep. Maybe just not as well developed for the muscularity of figure.
Yeah.
Oh,
then again, one of them probably is. So
there you go.
A lot of girls. A lot of girls in fitness. I wouldn't say a lot of girls, but many girls in fitness really could go into figure. But it's fitness that they love, and that's hence why fitness has also developed and gone that way of amazing physiques.
It's interesting you make that point, and just on a little bit of a tangent. Do you find that a lot of females who are fitness athletes and meet that mold are very apprehensive about stepping up to figure because they deem it obviously quite a high level up in terms of muscularity and the posing changes and all that sort of stuff?
Well, the most common comment is that I'm not big enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you are big enough.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And then sometimes there's girls like Kate Archibald where I just went, Kate, you are figure. You don't even contemplate. You don't even contemplate fitness because that's what she came to first posing class. And I'm just going, we'll watch you, but I think you're figure. Can you stay for the next class? Yeah. And then she came to both classes the weekend after, and I can't remember which week it was. And I just went to T, her coach just went, nah, that's it. Get out of here. You're figure. And then she goes and wins a pro card in figure.
There you go. How about that? Perfect example. So you touched on the figure suits, or it's not figure suits, it's bikini.
Yeah. Say two-piece.
Two-piece. Okay. Two-piece. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Now, classic physique. Let's move on to the men's classic physique. Now, as I understand it, and we did this just in India for your show, and I'm assuming Townsville as well, the boys come out and they have around a 30-second free posing period. Is that right?
Yeah, together.
Yes.
Yep.
So there's no quarter turns. It's free posing for a period of time. Then we go straight into muscularity.
Yes. And is that what you did in India?
Yeah. Jay tried it for the first time. Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah, it went pretty well. I think he gave him about 60 seconds, give or take.
Yep.
But as long as it's communicated and they're aware of it, they had a great time. They just turned on. It was almost like a pose down, really.
100%. Yeah. And it gets their mind into classic poses.
Yes.
And to that is make sure the guys don't do every classic pose under the sun. Do the classic poses that suit your body the best.
Yeah. Okay.
So if there's only 3 to 5 of them, just do 3 to 5.
Yeah.
And then repeat. Yep. And just go over those 3 to 5 strong ones. There's no point doing 8, 10, 12 different poses. Just do the ones that we keep reminding us of. Wow, look at that. Look at that pose. Look, he's so classic looking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And So I think it was Tom. I can't remember Tom's last. I'm going blank. But he had Tom from Muscle Hub. He had this one pose that was just dynamite.
Yep.
It was, and so is Jack Bradford Smith. He's got this one pose that's just dynamite.
Yep.
Go back over that one pose so often to remind us how good you look as a classic physique.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually had that very similar in India. We had a guy, because bodybuilding was first, that he came out, and I think he placed like third or something. And Joey kept saying, he is so classic. I hope he comes out. He came out when he spoke out.
Yeah, right.
It was just a tiny waist, big legs, big shot, like just fit it perfectly. So yeah, it's amazing how that can happen. Hey, they've just got that dominant classic look.
Yep. Nice.
Awesome. So, all right. So classic physique, we've touched on the posing. So that's really good. Now, we would have touched on this in the previous podcast, but I'll bring it up again in regards to classic physique. If they do bodybuilding poses, are they going to be marked down? Is that going to work against them?
Yeah. If you do bodybuilding poses, totally works against you. You get a 0.
Yep.
You get a 0.
Yep.
So it's really important. We've been working really hard on this. Since 2018, 17,
Yep.
We've been working so hard on the guys getting to know what a classic physique pose is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I had a guy message me last year and said, "Is it okay if I do bodybuilding poses in classic physique?" I mean, the question answered itself. I mean, like, it's classic physique. Why would you want to do that?
Bodybuilding.
Yeah, guys, you got to be off center.
Yeah.
Off center posing. Yeah. And that's the best way to describe it, Paul, is off center posing.
Yep. Yeah. And that makes sense too. And it is. It's well, I mean, go back to the 80s and all of that. And, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, the Frank Zanes of the world.
Yep. That's it.
Men's fitness. So this is a similar question in relation to men's fitness. Now, I've seen it often where men's fitness will start to throw some classic physique poses into their routine because all they're doing is obviously 4-quarter turns.
Yep.
Again, is that going to work against them because they might be doing a redouble bicep, or they might throw in a few most muscular or something like that just to generate more movement? Is that a negative, or is it okay?
It's okay. So the boys want to go around and just do one hit of a pose. It's sort of like, and they strike and get back into the normal stance.
Okay.
So yeah, we had one guy come to our class a little while back, and seriously, for the rear pose, before he got into the rear stance, he would have gone through 4 or 5 different back poses.
Oh, really?
I'm like, dude, that's muscularity. That's in a different category.
Yep.
You want to do that? This is men's fitness.
Yeah.
Hit one for about literally 1 second and then come back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's just an additional movement, but keep it very short and brief.
Yeah. You can move too much in, all divisions. I mean, you can go into bodybuilding and do a side tricep and move it, fly it around left, right. Whoa, just hold. Hold. And often in men's fitness, I actually have said to them, guys, you've got to hold that pose for us. Just hold that pose. And actually, the Josh versus Josh, I must go through and try and find it again from 2015.
Video comes up every season.
Oh, yeah. Is that at one stage there, I did actually have to say to them, guys, this time around, just quarter turn, hold.
Yep.
Quarter turn, hold. Yeah. There was just so much energy in that overalls. It was just great.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I had a question from a follower asking about the tickets. So to spectator tickets, can they be bought online, or do they need to be at the venue?
You can do either. So they're online now via Try Booking, and just jump on the Instagram page. You'll see the link for the tickets, or at the door. Either or.
Fantastic. And another question was qualification for nationals. Do they need to place?
Top 5.
Top 5.
If someone doesn't place, I can give an exemption to say, and the reason why I'd give an exemption is normally because they said, look, I've just missed. I know what I've got to do. I've got 3 weeks. I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to go, no problems at all. Let's go.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So
and I had that with a gentleman back in, I think 2010, didn't make the top 3 back then. And I said, mate, no worries. I know you're going to do the work. You know what you're going to need to do. And he goes to nationals and gets a second.
Oh, wow. So, there you go. Yeah. And that's it. There's time to make those improvements too between your state show and the nationals. Yeah, absolutely. Men's physique. So men's physique, obviously board shorts. Now they have to provide their own board shorts, right? Just to clarify that.
Yep.
But with men's fitness, you guys are supplying the trunks,
that's correct.
shorts.
Yep. Actually, so just on classic can, I'm hoping to have a new classic short ready for the show.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on delivery of the sample,
Yep.
and with 3 weeks to go, we're still hopeful we'll have it. So either if that's available, you can use ours. If that's not available, you can use our current men's fitness shorts, or you can absolutely go and grab your own now.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. So for men's fitness and classic, can they supply their own, or do they need to get an ICN Queensland provided one?
No, they can supply their own.
Okay, and colour doesn't matter, or do you need to keep it black?
I'd keep it black.
Yep. Fantastic. All right, and board shorts for the gentleman. Now, and this actually came up. I think it might have come up in the last podcast about how fitted the board shorts need to be. Do they need to be fitted as in you can see their leg shape, or loose from the surf shop is fine?
No, just from the surf shop. And to be honest, if you're showing us your legs because they're so big and you're trying to show them with a tight pair of pants, we're going to be going, should you not be in bodybuilding? Yeah. So if you happen to have a good set of wheels, but you don't want to do bodybuilding, don't have a tight pair of board shorts.
Very cool. All right, so let's move on to transformation, because that's something we didn't touch on last time, and I really want to dive into this because it's becoming a very popular division. But back in the day, when you had a show attached to the Expo, you ran a transformation show all on its own, and it was incredibly popular. It was massive.
Huge.
Yeah,
it was 65 of them.
Yeah,
and it was fantastic. It really was.
Absolutely, and you had good numbers, good levels of interest. Good time of year too. I remember. I think it was sort of smack bang in the middle of winter, wasn't it?
Actually, from memory, I think you're right, because we're going back to 2000. I'm going to say 2017, 18. I don't think it was 19. I think it was 17 and 18.
Okay.
But, yeah. And actually, the year after, we didn't have as many. We did that. We also did the Angels. One where we had like 45 angels.
That's right.
Yeah, that was.
I remember that now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about the divisions and the entry requirements for transformation, because I'm a little sketchy on this myself. There's a timeline, is that right? So you can be like 1 to 2 years, 2 to plus years, 6 months, those sorts of things. Is that right?
Yep. What we do is we have a look at the timelines that come in. Because there's not necessarily greatest weight loss wins.
No, correct. Yes.
And remember, we're also celebrating here. This is more of a celebration than winning outright. So we'll look at the percentage of body weight lost. We'll look at the before and after photos. We'll look at stage presentation, and we'll look at the 125 word story. So we take that all into account, weigh up versus guys versus girls. We wait for the number of entries to come in, and we just then work out literally the week of the show the best way to run that. Because we'll get anywhere between 5 and 15 contestants always for the transformation. So we just weigh it up. We weigh it up with the amount of weight loss, their stories, and go, I think we need to run it this way. Because really, really concentrating on celebrating where they've come to. That's the most important thing. And for a lot of them, I got one girl, she's coming in for the Sunday. She can't actually do it on the Saturday, so I'm allowed to do it on the Sunday, like what happened to one of the girls last year. And like, should I give it away? Well, it doesn't matter. You won't know who it is. But she's lost 75 kilos so far. Yeah. By the showtime, it could be 85.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so can't wait for that story and the before and afters coming through.
Absolutely.
But like as much as she's done the 75, 80, we celebrate the 15 to 20s.
Yes,
we celebrate them all. So even a 10 kilo weight loss, it can make a massive difference.
100%. Well, I mean, my client Rhonda did transformation show at Sunshine Coast 21, I think it was. She was the cancer survivor, so she had double mastectomy. Her husband died during her treatment. Like, she had such an amazing story. And but her transformation was that she's now empowered and full of life and living up to the max and embracing, I guess, health and fitness as her journey now. So it doesn't necessarily have to be weight loss, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually got I've just written down a note because I've got to put it up on Insta. A before sort of video of Kyle. He's got Down syndrome. And I'm not going to show. Well, put it this way: he's lost close to half his body weight. Just 21 years of age, and there's a few things we've been working on with him, and just not even just bodybuilding, but I don't know if I'll put him in transformation because he's actually been practicing for men's physique.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I can't wait for Kyle to be up there. I actually help pose with him each week
Yep.
because he comes to my gym. I said, "Yeah, mate, I'll give you a hand,"
How
and
good.
it's been so rewarding actually.
Yep.
He's a little cutie actually.
Good on
So
him.
can't wait to see Kyle up there. He's going to go nuts.
Yep.
And the crowd's going to go nuts for him, man.
Oh,
And
of course they will.
yeah,
Absolutely.
what we've got in store, we'll put him up there on stage and show him off and what he's done. I just can't wait.
Fantastic. Unreal. So the story, so 125 words probably isn't a lot, but so you want them to just condense whatever they've experienced, lost, gone through,
Yeah.
and tell almost like a bio.
Yeah, and look, 125. Look, it's not a lot, but it's a case of it takes me 60 seconds to read it out, so we
Yes,
can't go longer. Otherwise, we're there for a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
But also, when we started with 250 and we realized it was too many, but also what was happening was they were re-going over the same information in a different way.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe write it out. Knowing that you might go 150, 200, 250, then maybe get someone else to look at it. And go, do you realize you said the same thing two different ways?
There you go.
Yeah, but you won't see that because it's like you're emotionally attached when you write that. Then get someone who's unemotionally attached to read it and go, oh, hang on, you don't need that or that.
Yep.
That's not important. Is that really important? No, that's more important. And then before you know it, it all cycles nicely.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
Concisely. Yeah.
Yeah, concisely. Yeah, absolutely. On a side note, and just regarding the client you just mentioned, it gave me another question in my head. The disability category. Now, this has obviously been quite amazing for those that have showcased it. So anyone can enter that division with whatever condition.
Yep. So we've got Trin's coming back for Sunday show.
Okay.
She's got Williams syndrome.
Yes.
We've had Andy come up from Melbourne. My mate, I've known him since 2008.
Oh, yes.
He's got an acquired brain injury from being run over on his bike. We've had James, my mate, whose spinal injury. He's in the wheelchair division.
Okay.
Trying to get him back. At least it's been a decade since he's been up.
Yep.
We've got Mickey.
Mickey Two Guns.
Yeah, Mickey Two Guns. I can't remember all the conditions he's got, but man, he's been up a couple of times. He's amazing.
Yep, he's awesome.
But yeah, look, and then you know what? One of our biggest videos ever seen on our Insta page is actually from the Nationals last year with my mate Andy and who was he up against? I've gone blank. But those two guys, they got over 20,000 views.
Wow.
Up on stage. Yeah. It was
awesome. A battle going on.
Big battle.
Oh, how good.
So we got Beck from the Sunshine Close.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And Beck's video on the Insta, she's 13,000 hits. So people just really love that sort of stuff. And, you know, they say that we're inclusive. Absolutely we are.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely inclusive. And we celebrate everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty about not only the disability category, but also the transformation division. You don't have to necessarily be a bodybuilder.
Nope.
You can still get on stage, tell your story, share your story, and, you know, it'll probably inspire the next generation to come along as well.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I mean, Kyle in particular, I hope he inspires some people with disabilities and with conditions where, you don't have to carry that extra weight.
Yes.
I mean, what he's lost is like, you just think, he's lost 40 kilos.
Yeah, right. Wow.
He's weighing 60 now. Just imagine he's walking around with 2 20-kilo dumbbells.
Yep.
Like that's what he was. Like you don't need to. He hasn't starved himself.
Nope.
He's been active. He's eaten well, and he's loving life. He's feeling fantastic. There's something that we may get him to do on stage, which I won't spoil. But what he couldn't do, what he can now do, just amazing. And you know what? I don't reckon he would be able to have done this at his 100 kilos. I think he would really struggle with what he does on stage at 100. He may not have ever got there because he needed to be lighter weight, light on the feet. So, can't wait to showcase what he's done. Yeah.
Well, that's I guess, the beauty about these stories is that people are not only transforming their lives, but they're also, dropping, in some instances, dropping a lot of weight and adding years to their life, aren't they?
No, 100%.
Yeah, extending
100%,
yeah. Unreal. I did have a question from earlier on, but I can't remember what it was now. I didn't write it down. I thought of it as we were talking, and I've forgotten it.
Hey, Paulie, not that we're on video. Every time I do a podcast, I've always got a pen and paper next to my side.
I know.
Yeah, always.
I should have written it down. I didn't want to be rude and look away, but I can't remember what it was now. It was something to do with either figure or classic. But anyway, that's okay. I think that's all the main questions that came up in relation to the confusion. Have you had any others commonly asked that you might want to elaborate on in relation to just, the divisions or confusion between divisions or attire or anything like that?
Yeah, okay, let's I think the biggest ones more tend to be actually let's go to the men's divisions for a second. Men's bodybuilding versus physique.
Yes.
Is that if you're bodybuilding, you're going to look fuller. You're going to look fuller through the chest, fuller through the arms, big muscle bellies. Where the men's physique is a bit more athletic looking.
Okay.
So still be big, but can still be big, but not bodybuilding looking. Okay. Men's classic can be anybody from any of the fitness, physique, or bodybuilding. But do you look classic?
Yeah.
Not every bodybuilder looks classic. Some do, some don't. Not every physique guy, not every fitness guy. And I'll say to some guys, look, mate, you're hitting the poses, but you're just not classic. You just don't have that classic look. You can do classic, but you just don't have a classic look because not everybody does.
No, that's right. It is very specific.
I don't have a classic look. I might want to go and do it because I like the posing,
but
I've got to accept the fact that I don't have that look and I'm not going to do well because I don't have that look. So yeah, just be aware of that. Then in the girls divisions, let's use wellness as an example.
Yes.
So in wellness, we're looking for the stronger lower half over the upper half. Okay. Now, some girls will be doing bikini and wellness, and some will be doing wellness and sports because it's sort of like borderline between.
It's in between, yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. Our judges will sort you out and work out where you sit. But what you would never be is you'd never be fitness and wellness. And you'd never be fitness and bikini. If you're truly fitness, you just simply can't fit into wellness and bikini.
No, too far apart.
You can do it, but complete waste of entry.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Bikini, wellness, and sports, you can do all three. And then even saying that, if you're doing bikini because you're not sure about sports, you're probably going to finish well in bikini and not so well in sports, like fourth and fifths. But I expect our top bikini competitors to maybe look at jagging a fourth or fifth in sports because that's the progression. Yeah.
Cool. I thought of that question. I just thought of it then. And it's relating back to when you do the run sheet and try not to have too many back-to-backs or any for that matter. In your experience, have you seen, for example, athlete A places third against athlete B and they come up against each other. So that's the first time a division. You know where I'm going with this. They come up against each other and say 30 plus or something. And then the places switch. That can commonly happen because obviously the judges are basing their assessment on what they see in front of them, not what's happened previously.
That's correct. So the judges have what we call a ready reckoner. So they do keep an idea on who placed where previously, right? But they only use that as a guide because they get to the same to a new division where the same two girls that came say third and fourth, and they're looking just going, okay, I've got it fourth and third this time around, the other way around. And they look at the ready reckoner and go, well, that's different last time. And they'll have a look and go, no, but what we're looking at right now, the posing, the presentation, the energy. This one's nailing it more often than where in the previous division. It was a bit rough, a bit nervous, and we go, no, we're going to swap it. And we've swapped the first and the second before.
Right.
Actually, the Sunshine Coast show was a classic example. And I looked at the judges and said, I agree with you, but as long as you guys have a reason why, I said, well, because of this, go for it.
There you go.
So just because you beat someone
sorry? If there's time, like say there's half an hour to 45 minutes between those divisions that they come up against, backstage they could get some feedback from their coach, they could add more food, more water, more salt, whatever, and all of a sudden someone looks better and potentially someone could look worse as well. So it's good that you explain that because obviously, people would just assume, oh, well, they placed here. Why aren't they beating the same person in this division, 30 minutes later, which is not the case.
And it can even be the case one division straight back after the other. I mean, if you stuff the posing up and that made the difference, and you nail it the next time around, we go, well, and again, if you sort of show us hard posing when you should have softened it up, and you come back up with soft posing, we can't remember you from last time and say, well, you did it hard last time. It'd be like saying, well, you posed terribly last time. We're going to remember that. Even though you fixed it up now. So we're in the moment.
Absolutely. And like you just said before too, calling on what you said, nerves play a massive role. Like if you're a first timer, come out, like how many times have you seen them shaking their legs and just that quiver? nerves play such a big role. Once they get the first one out of the way, they're more calm, they're more collected. They will pose better. They'll probably look better too.
And actually, Paul, on that, obviously, I've got the best seat in the house. I'm I'm closest. And you do see girls more so than guys. I can't really say I see many guys do this, but the shaking of the legs.
Yep.
And that very, very rarely goes against you, but you see the nerves. The nerves
absolutely.
are real for some.
Oh, I've experienced it. I think one of my first seasons I did, and it's almost uncontrollable. Like you're trying to tell your leg to stop, but it won't. It's incredible.
Yep, absolutely.
What else was I going to ask in relation to that? There was another question, and I've forgotten again, and I didn't write it down. Typical me. I don't think I've got anything else. In terms of the female, like runway angels, I'm missing one. There's another one, runway angels. The ones that do the stage walk, that will be all identified for them before they go out as well as on the stage. Do you mark the spots?
Yeah.
Yep.
So for transformation, angels, runway, and streetwear, if we do it.
Streetwear, that's what it was.
Is that there'll be marked things on the stage, and there'll be up to 3 girls on the stage at one time.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, something I do want to touch on with the model divisions and I don't get often asked about individual walks, but the reason why we don't do them is individual walks means that the girl that comes on first gets, say they're on there for about 8 minutes. Right, is that actually, on average, a division's on stage for about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay. Bigger divisions say 10. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why they're not on for 20 is because the longer they're on, the more the body changes.
Yeah, true.
And so I remember a division in men's bodybuilding pro back in 2018, and the winner was the correct winner from about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, right.
But they were on there for 45 minutes, right? And they kept that as the winner, but as he went on, his legs blew out. By the time he was trying to flex him on that podium, I just went, wow, he's no longer the winner. He was the winner from back then. So the judges need to make a decision here and now.
Absolutely.
Okay. But most importantly is that I dropped individual routines, individual walks 13, 14, 15 years ago. I can't remember when, because we need to focus more time on the judging. Yep. And the judging is the comparisons. So we bring everybody out at once so that everyone gets the same amount of stage time, and we get to do those comparisons. Where I've watched people who do individual walks, by the time you get the last girl on or the last guy on, you've spent 6 to 8 minutes getting everybody on. Yeah. And then they go and spend 1 minute comparing.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. You don't compare when they're doing a walk.
Yeah, no, and then you can't hold them on there for another 10 minutes to do the comparisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and I suppose it kind of works against the judges too, because they see girl number 1 and then they see girl number 15. They forgot what girl number 1 looks like by the time they get to girl number 15 because it's taken so long.
And then girl number 15 only gets 3 minutes on stage.
Yeah, they speed it up because they realise how long it's taking. Yeah, and the girls, look, to their credit, they'll milk it for as long as they can.
Yeah, they do. Girls, you do.
They're not stupid. They know what's going on.
So that's why we don't do them, and we focus on that comparison time.
Yep.
And have everyone out there at once. So I just feel that's the most valuable way to get the best result. And the most time for you girls on stage. Yeah.
Absolutely. Unreal. Just as a side note, have you got much interest in street model this time around?
Oh, look, I could probably look while we're on, while I'm talking to you, actually.
Okay. Cool.
Because it started with a bang, and then it's sort of like drifted off. I think it's more of an Asian type division.
It is. Well, the Indians love it. I know that.
Yeah. Yep. So
Koreans are big on it.
It
should be something people consider, because obviously it's a fun division, but it also gives you more stage time. It's not something that you necessarily have to be significantly muscular for. It's more about the presentation, the posing, and the attitude, isn't it?
Yeah. So with where we got edits, we go that one there. So we go down. Let's have a look with 3 weeks and 3 days to go. What's looking big? Men's bodybuilding first time is 6 in so far. And generally speaking, everything doubles in the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
So what are we at? 127 competitors. So we should be 250-ish, 275, going by that. Let's have a look. We got Miss Figure 40 plus 5.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
Men's bodybuilding 23 making a comeback, 5 so far.
Excellent.
Men's bodybuilding looking strong. Novice 7. Miss Figure Open 6. That's nice to see.
Okay.
That's real nice to see. Actually, figure. Yeah, looks like we should go by that over a dozen figure, which will be great.
Mm-hmm.
Gold class bodybuilding. I have to see which pro has actually entered. Interesting.
Sneaky. There we go.
Men's fitness is looking good. Open 7. Classic physique, first timer 5.
Yep.
Rookie 8. Novice 6. 30 plus 5. Open 14.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Straight to it. Yeah.
Yep. So, men's physique, first time is 6, opens 11. Swimsuit rookie. Here you go. Here's interesting. So swimsuit first time is only 6, but rookie and novice is 13 of each, right?
Wow.
Because chances are some of the girls have gone down Townsville.
Yep.
And so no longer first timers.
Correct. Yes.
So they've gone into this show here as a second show. Yep. So you got to miss your first timer division because you only do that once.
Yep.
And then be into the rookies. And Miss Swimsuit Open 15. So opens be split into 2 without fail.
Yep. What's the maximum you'll put on stage in one line? 11, is it?
No. I in opens 9.
Okay.
Yeah. So once we hit 10, we split.
Okay.
Once we hit 8 to 18, 18 we got to split.
Yep.
27 we got to split.
Okay.
But you see, bikini first timers. I can tell from this entry so far that a lot of these people in this show are already doing Townsville. Because the first time in numbers, less than bikini rookie and novice. So bikini rookie's 24.
Oh wow!
Novice 24. Bikini open 27.
Yep. Just on that, what's the difference? So people are aware. What's the difference between rookie and novice?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have first timers. Your very first time on stage. Rookie, your first 12 months in that division.
12 months.
So if you've done bikini all your life and all of a sudden decide to do step up into sports model, you can't go first timer, but you can go rookie because that's your first 12 months.
Yep.
Then a novice is you've never won an open division.
Okay. So you could have been competing for 20 years, but you never won an open division.
That's correct.
Still a novice.
Still do novice.
Okay.
Indeed.
Cool.
Yeah. So wellness, first time is 4, opens. Where's wellness? Opens 5. Looks like decent numbers in rookie 6. Yep. Sports model rookie 16. Open 16 as well.
Yep.
Fitness model open 18. Now that's surprising because normally we get more in sports model than we do open fitness model.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the numbers currently in many of the divisions. And like I said, I expect them pretty much all to double. Okay. And then we'll work out the height splits the week of the show.
Yep. Absolutely. Unreal. Oh, it's exciting times, that's for sure. That sounds like it's going to be a damn good show.
Yep.
Always is.
Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, we might wind it up there, mate. I think I've touched on everything that was asked of me, not to mention, obviously, the transformation stuff. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. I knew one thing you'd like to bring up, and I'll bring it up on your behalf, and that is obviously making sure that everyone smiles. Because I know you got to think about the crazy bitch face or
Wait, if there's one tip, and you wouldn't believe it, I went through my YouTube channel trying to find something the other week, and I came across a posing class we did. I'm going to say in 2009 or 10. It's quite grainy. And anyway, Nat McLean, if she just removed Bartel from her Facebook page, it would help me. But Nat McLean used to come in and to those classes, and she brought a white wooden carving of the word smile. Right. And that she put up at the end of the posing room. And I swear I can, through the grainy image of it from 13 odd years ago, it is sitting up on top of the wall. Smile.
Smile.
It just brings out more energy.
Yes.
Okay. It makes it look like you've got more energy. You're giving more energy, and the judges love it. Yeah.
Absolutely. You don't want to look like you don't want to be there, do you?
Absolutely.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And it's, as much as the effort everyone puts into posing, that should be a part of it. Every time you pose, you smile.
Absolutely.
So that way, you walk on stage and it's just part of it. You don't even think about it.
Yep. And actually, can I end on, just remember that winning is putting the best version of you on stage.
100%. Yep.
Okay, because it's the only thing you can control. And if you've put your best version on stage and you're proud of your best version of you, then be happy, be proud,
Yeah.
celebrate it, and the trophies, the medals, it's just a bonus.
100%. I couldn't agree more. We saw on the weekend, guys were pumping their fists when they got 4th or 5th. So
Love that.
They were wrapped to just place.
Yep.
So, I completely agree with that. Be proud of what you presented, what you've done. If you've left every stone unturned, happy days.
Yeah, I've seen people just get a 6th place medal. Yeah, put it up to the sky and just like fist pump.
Yeah.
And I'll say on the mic, fantastic work.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, we know how hard it is to get to stage, so you should celebrate it, no matter what the end result is.
Yeah, absolutely. And Paul, I can speak from experience. My last show, I wasn't top 5. Didn't deserve to be top 5, but I'd put my best version of me ever on stage.
Perfect.
And I was so proud of me, and that's all that mattered. Didn't help with the wife on the plane trip home say, "You just got so little tiny arms."
Just sort of stick that one in.
Yeah, okay. So I got a bit of a chest, bit of a back, but there's no arms.
Well, there's your feedback. You work on that in the off season.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I didn't ask for the feedback because I knew the feedback, but thanks anyway.
Hey, look, that's what partners are for, mate. They're brutally honest.
Absolutely, but also that's not going to stop me from maybe one day getting up again.
Yeah, okay.
So I realise that, but it's about where am I now?
Yeah.
And then I'll compare myself to back then. And if I happen to place, I happen to place. If I don't, how good have I got myself into now versus back then?
100%. Couldn't agree more, mate. Perfect way to end. That was really good. Very comprehensive. We covered everything. So now it's just a matter of getting through the next couple of weeks and hitting your show, hit the ground running.
Yeah. And look, even without seeing the Townsville show, if anyone not happy with their placings, just think, have a look at the pictures or try and get something and have a look and just go, most of the times it comes down to just being a bit leaner.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say 8 times out of 10, just come in a bit touch tighter. And you've got 2 weeks.
Yep.
And, we only had 1 week.
Time.
Yeah, we only had 1 week between the season A shows.
Yep.
And one girl came in 2.3 kilos lighter in 1 week.
Yep.
And what a difference it made. So many 100%. Girls came in the bit difference. And go back to last year's season A with 2 weeks difference. We gave Siobhan the feedback from the Sunshine Coast show to Brisbane's. She went from 5th to overalls.
Wow.
There you go. The overalls. She listened to the feedback and all it was tighten up and do this. Because the other one is sometimes stage presentation.
Yep.
So it can just be that. And actually, again, a girl at Sunshine Coast, I go back through the photos and I go, you should have probably won this. But the posing was off. It didn't show us. And when I concentrated, like really just 30 seconds on this pose, 30 seconds on this pose. And really, and we just can't go and waste 30 seconds. You've got to really show it and shine.
Absolutely.
And I just said, like, if you change this around, there's a chance you may have actually won that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying definitely, but I'm certainly saying that we need to tweak that posing to give you a fair chance to say, did I not have the best body?
Wow. Yeah. There you go. And within a week, you can fix that easy.
Yep. Absolutely.
100%.
Yep.
So, get the feedback and work on it.
And you've got 2 weeks between these 2 shows. So Perfect. Have a look and just think, okay, what am I going to do? And even if you do win, have a look and go, okay, still won, but what do I got to sharpen up on here?
Yeah, there's always a room for improvement. Absolutely. Yeah, 100% there is. No, that's right. And look, other competitors may not be doing Townsville, they come to Brisbane, so you want to make sure that you're bringing your best. And if you've got 2 weeks to find those couple of % improvements, then take full advantage.
Yeah. Yep. Cool.
Unreal. All right, mate. Well, I cannot wait to be down there to annoy you. And
look forward to it.
And I expect a lot of wows on the day too, okay?
Yeah.
You got to bring them out.
Yeah. Actually, I might have a guest MC.
Oh,
I actually might be. It wasn't so much a guest, but someone's been working on their presentation skills, and so just watch out for it. And there might be a second voice on the MC.
Oh, fantastic! I look forward to it.
I might actually have a toilet break. I might actually have a toilet break for once.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. The first time in many years before you've broken away.
It may be the first time in almost forever. Cool, mate. Good chatting. I appreciate it, mate.
No problem. Thank you very much, Jason, and all the best with the season ahead.
Thank you kindly. See you soon.
Okay, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Jason for his time today to chat all things bodybuilding, particularly for the ICN Queensland and ICN Townsville shows coming up in a matter of weeks. Now, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please share it on your stories. Tag myself at Paul's Body Engineering. And, of course, tag ICN Queensland as well, and they'll reshare it for you. Now, if you're interested in any of my coaching services, please jump on paulsbodyengineering.com, have a look around, or alternatively just contact me direct. And as I say to every client every single day, have a great day.